All right, you guys, I'm gonna go in just here really quickly. Let's hide these good old controls and we've got some updating to do. Hello, hello, welcome back to the Wicked Raider 22. Taking a look at, I think, something that we all end up doing to ourselves, and there's going to be a fear about it as well. And I want to make sure this mic is good. There we go. We're going to turn down the volume just a little bit in this background. So we have quite a bit happening here. So pretty much this is where we are. There's a fear upgrade. You guys know what I'm talking about. Before we get too far into this, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe for me. Hit that notification button as well. We are pushing to upload content each and every day as we start and continue our beginner journey through Raid Shadow Legends. It's always nice to kind of document as you go and start experiencing and running into things and issues. And so if that's what you're looking for, you are in the right place. Man, we're also live streaming on Twitch. So if you're interested in seeing longer content, kind of the in-between play that takes place between posts, that's a great place for you to do that as well. But I'm going to keep it simple and pretty short today as well. I want to focus on the fear of the upgrade. So before I go around the board and kind of get started as far as gameplay for the day, let's take a look at champions because things have changed. This is my girl El Hain. As you guys can see, we are now 4-star. We are 4-star ascended. So that's been a big one. We've had a chance to dive into those potions, focus on dungeons, and really pull those potions that were needed in order to ascend our champion. And it's been pretty nice for the ascension. So I give you that. Let's go to total stats. And this is that button that I tried clicking on earlier. But of course, you have to have something added. So we've got to have some artifacts added in here. And I know that there are a couple of things that I hear others talk about all the time. And I want to kind of pace myself to focus and do the same. So here we go. As far as HP, we do have that increase of 7,000. So right now she's sitting at 13,481. And remember, we still have 5 and 6-star levels to obtain. The attack is at 835. Defense is 505. Speed is 111. Now, I do know between these two, defense and speed, I definitely want to put a little bit of focus on. I would like to get critical rate closer to 30, 35%. Critical damage is 59. Like, these are the ones I want to creep closer and closer to 100%. And then the other thing that I want to pay attention to is right now there's nothing here for accuracy either. So it's probably one of those stats that we'll want to focus on. Classic Arena, we're looking at HP that's been added, attack and defense. So it'll be nice to probably hit that accuracy level next, especially for this particular group. Total stats is that area that's found just below where you are showing your artifacts. It's a good area to kind of look at and monitor. It's also nice to pay attention to what level you are at. Now, who did we sacrifice? Because there's no way we ascended our champion. She's even now back up to level 25, trying to get her to 40 and prepare some others to be sacrificed as well. So if you look over to our left, you'll notice that Crusader is no longer with us. He was one. Lemire was another one. And one of my sister militants, I believe, was the other one that was sacrificed. So I definitely want to focus on leveling up these top 3 or who I'm moving the most, adding those books to, going in and just trying to focus on what they need. Now, the other thing is equipment wise, I've got to do some work. And what I've been really trying to focus on as we come out for just a second, they love for you to hit these windows. I'm focusing on silver. Silver is a huge need for me right now. So it's something that I really want to build before I go back in for anything else. And if you look here, energy wise, we are doing awesome. So I think for today's gameplay, I'm going to definitely focus on running the campaign, running through a few dungeons as well and making sure I have other champions to come in. We have 10. We're going to have to burn through, or I'm probably going to burn through quite a few shards. So let's go in and do our regular check-in and see what we can do. We're going to check the shop. The only thing, honestly, that I pick up from the shop would be shards. And as you can see, it'll probably be a day or two or a couple of hours, I'm sorry, before this one becomes available. There are 2 shards that will become available in the marketplace, and that's usually what I use in order to, satisfy that quest that looks for you to make a purchase from the market as well. Over here, daily login, I did do an earlier login, so my daily login is going to be tied to what time, of course, you created your account, which for me was in the afternoon, so in the evenings is when I get credit for that. Now, this is an area that I know we talked about before, but we did not have enough time to kind of dive into. This is the Great Hall. Remember, every time we go to the arena, we're earning bronze, silver, and gold medals. And what these medals will allow you to do is to increase the skill performance of all of your champions. And that's the biggest one. All of your champions. If you look at our stats, 45 wins, 1 loss, 97% win rates. I've been really careful about what battles I pick with this particular team. With my personal, with the first account, I've just been kind of going gung-ho by the numbers. But here I'm paying attention to which champions have been upgraded and ascended and which ones have not. And that's proved pretty helpful for me. Champion bonuses, right now they have the 2% bonus across the board. And of course, we are accumulating points. This is going to help us in a lot of ways, but we can go in. They have all of your regular stats: HP, attack, defense, critical damage, resist, and accuracy. And remember, I was saying that the one thing Elhain did not have currently was accuracy. I normally was starting with critical damage and accuracy. I think on this go round, defense is probably the #1 area, but because Elhain falls into this particular category for Magic, I'm going to start here. So we're going to upgrade. It shows you the level upgrade system. It would be lovely to get here, but guys, that is a ton of medals, and notice that they are gold. So you go from bronze to silver to gold. So you have to move up in arena in order to make that happen. And this is going to give us a +5 jump, just a little boost across the board. And then we also satisfy another challenge. The good thing about this challenge is it will also get us 1 step closer to earning that booklet. And we're going to complete several of these as we go through. So those level 1s, we're almost done. Champions, set 4 champions in your classic arena defense. So we can definitely go and do that as well. Going back to, the Great Hall, you can come back in so that you can focus on one area, which I may just focus on Elhain and as far as magic and spirit, only because these 2 categories kind of cover where my top 3 are right now, and then branch out to the other areas a little bit later. So we're not going to open just yet. Let's do a little check-in work here. No battles are done. Everybody's at 100%. We're only 1 key up. So we'll hold on to this one and allow that to run through. We're going to come back to arena. We can go ahead and knock out a couple of arena battles as well. Remember, it's nice to pick carefully. You definitely want to pick carefully. I don't have 4 champions currently in my defense, so that's going to make a little difference as well. But they should run through the battles that we're choosing quickly. Paying attention to ascension. And remember, the other thing is paying attention to composition. When you run into any champions that you haven't worked with, I know that I'm going to eventually either put on separate teams, Sniper and War Priest, but those are champions I worked with before. Talia, for example, I have not. So being able to work with other champions will definitely be nice. Our team power is right at 12,000. It's nice to kind of step up on teams to see how we're going to do. Doesn't take long to get these 5 battles in, so do not skip arena, even if you're only doing the 5 to satisfy that particular challenge. It's it gets pretty interesting. The further you go up, you start seeing champions that, number one, you probably haven't seen before either. So that's a good one. Now, when looking at sacrificing champions as we're finishing up these little battles, guys, it was hard to figure out who to sacrifice to upgrade El Hain. I knew that I wanted to hold on to War Priest because she, does have those healing abilities. And she's one of the few that I already understand her skill level. I already understand those other, abilities that she has. So I'm comfortable with where she's going to go and take my team. And that's something else that I've really been trying to focus on and remain very aware of. The other thing is, eventually you're going to have to sacrifice a champion and it's going to hurt. So sometimes you pull a champion and it's a fear that, number one, if I've had to work for them or if I pull them randomly from a shard, I'm really hesitant. So knowing who I want to upgrade is important. The other thing is I am only putting artifacts on those champions that I'm keeping. Because once I put an artifact on you, I am committing silver. And silver is so hard to come by at this point. So I've really been focusing myself on only equipping those champions that I know I'm going to work with, I'm going to either farm with or put in the arena, but they've all got to be working toward a similar goal. We're getting really close to when I first started using the Guardian Ring, but investing 300 gems at this point is it's a little nerve wracking. So we're going to definitely look through, kind of see what's available to us. And we haven't quite hit our goal. We're right almost at the midpoint. We're getting closer to hitting our 1200 goal. So all these teams, actually, we should be able to go through and have a pretty good time. Don't allow Team XP to fool you. You will sometimes run into a team that has, oh my gosh, sometimes 10, 12, 15K less. And especially when you get to those higher levels, the way they have equipped that team is impressive, is impeccable, because it will demolish your team. And you're just sitting there just flabbergasted, like, what is happening to me right now? Because you don't understand. Like, you absolutely are not understanding why your team is struggling. And I've had it happen several times. Sometimes I normally go through and just use all of my tokens. Which is usually what I do on a daily basis. You will get those refills, and I will save those. I highly recommend you may want to save them for later tiers, especially when you run out of energy and you're just really itching to do something to help your champions. So if you save a couple of those, I've been able to do 30, 40 arena battles back to back to back. The downfall is, no, you're not upgrading your champions, but it's nice to do a challenge. We're going to go for a challenge here because their stats are pretty similar to ours. I guess I'll keep them in. I mean, I'm tempted to switch you out. Let's see how this goes. When you get to those battles that have similar power, it's nice to kind of see how your champions hold up. So him without equipment is a no-go all the way. And it's one of those things. And then Valley of Death is going to be a hard one. But, took my girl out. All right, we're 2 for 2. Oh, no, she is hitting hard. I don't think we're going to make this one. Yes, we did. We squeezed it out. So there wasn't much difference between these two. And if you guys look at El Hain, for example, on our side, we're at 25,781. They're at 25,156. So there surely wasn't a huge difference there. Look at War Priest, we're at 1,200. She's at 796, but was definitely throwing some good defense out there. Take a look at Sniper. We're almost neck to neck in the 6,000 range. And then poor little Skink, which is where the imbalance really came from, he was down. He was down from the count. So with no artifacts equipped, 0 damage was done, and Crusader was up 3,800. So El Hain definitely came through. War Priest did as well. So nice little balance out. And if you look, we have 2 tokens left. I don't use any of my gems to restock. So I want you to add a champion. Not a problem. I'll probably add, oh, why not? We're holding on to them for a little while. There we go. We met that challenge. And then we get to claim a book. Oh, that's going to be pretty important. Same thing here, win 5 classic arena battles in a row. With 30 classic arena battles, kill an enemy champion on your first turn and win a battle. Upgrade an ATK bonus, reach silver 1. So all of these challenges we can work on, or you'll work on honestly as you go through. So let's go to our champion. I think hey, we can do a little something with. Let's upgrade a skill. So just trying to focus intentionally on my upper champions. Let's take a look at what we can do for War Priest. Already at level 30. We need to be working on some people to upgrade. I mean, I could let Ski go, to be honest. I'm not, tumultuously attached. Take him out. No. All right. It's just going to make us go back. I think I'm going to just bite the bullet, and you guys are going to actually see a nice little upgrade here. So with War Priest, I want to go ahead and upgrade her rank. I should have taken him out too. This is what happens when I feel people, we just filled it for the reward and we kept going. So let's go back to Tavern, War Priest again. And I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice this crew. So there's some things I want to accomplish that currently I can't. All right, so I could upgrade skills, but I'm not. I may be able to ascend this champion. Let's see. We only need 3 bottles. Let's go in, and I'll show you one more area, and then, guys, I will let you go. Remember that your spirit, magic, force, and void keeps will close. These will close on rotation. So after your first, I think they end up staying open the first week and a half or so when you have a new account, and then they close. And they will rotate from there. You have to be really mindful because sometimes that rotation is not your friend. It does happen. So we're going to go in here. We shouldn't struggle at all. I definitely want to upgrade Sniper next. And I will sometimes at this point run my dungeons on a multi-battle. So just depending on what's needed, who I'm focusing on, and what it's going to take. I know with War Priest, I definitely want to send her abilities become amazing as she is ascended. So especially in the beginning game. So I'm up to level 42 on the other side. So it'd be nice to see if the focus is on these 3 ladies, but it'd be nice to see if this team itself can pull through. He can be a little tricky one. Like, he should be easy in the beginning game. If we haven't talked about it before, as far as we can hit this info button while they're running, these 2 minions are pretty easy to, get rid of. And then since he's on that void side and only level 11, no buffs or debuffs, there's not a lot of buff throwing at all. And this is that one dungeon that is open at all times. He does have that passive immunity that you're going to see with all of them, where pretty much he is immune to every debuff you can think about throwing his way. We have 3 of these, and honestly, I think that's what we needed. So we're going to go back. Let's go to this tavern and see if we can ascend her before I allow you guys to go. And that'll be it. All right, so that's going to allow HP to increase attack and defense. And we're increasing stats. So we're increasing stats as we go. And keep in mind, we're going to save this for our epic champion as well. So as you guys are playing, definitely if you would like to watch longer gameplay, meet me over on Twitch. You can find me under Wicked Raider 22. We will also continue to post updates here on this channel and do a couple of champion deep dives, just interaction of play. And I think we took a look at El Hain, which is pretty good, probably next on the list. We'll go ahead and take a look at War Priest just because she's going to be with us for a while. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you have any tips, feel free to share because I am always open for the share. This is Wicked Raider 22, and I'll see you guys soon.